everybody. This is your Hi everybody. This is your girl, Try Love. And before we get started, I want to thank you for your support. I want to also say please don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe. And I don't mind the comments. Please do all the above, okay? Like, share, subscribe, and if you will, comment. I appreciate all comments. Now, this video is going to be one that I was going to go over my 2023 purchases, right? And unless you've been under a rock and have not really been paying attention to my videos, one thing you know for certain about me is that I absolutely love what? Hobo bags, right? And I'm going to show you um, my hobo purchases this year. And when I get to the end, I'm going to pause on one particular one. Okay. This is not in any specific order of purchase, but this beautiful Florentine by Dunienberg that I absolutely love. If you look at her when I first received her for Valentine's Day, I took 5 billion pictures of this beauty. Um, she is just a thing of art. I love the Florentine Dunienberg bag. She has really darkened since I've had her. If you don't know about this Florentine Louis Vuitton, get you one and you will understand. I know this, and people don't really think of Louis Vuitton as a luxury, Dunienberg as a luxury handbag, but the Florentine, I promise you, it has longevity and it actually will last just as long as Louis Vuitton. Honestly, it will. Okay, so next, the Louis Vuitton Graceful in the Damier Bean. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this bag. The monogram PM in the Graceful. She is the PM version of the Graceful, and she is beautiful. She is perfection. The monogram on here is delicious. She's stuffed. That's why she looks a little weird. I stuffed her kind of weird. Let me kind of fix her up a little bit here. Okay, there we go. She's a little bit better. There we go. Okay. She's beautiful. Hobo is not really meant to be neat. She's meant to be slouchy. So that's what hobos do. Hobo bags do. The next purchase in my gently used cycle of finding bags is the beautiful Sully. This bag is everything that she was meant to be. I absolutely love the Sully. She is amazing. She reminds you of just so many different hobo bags that are out. She reminds me of the Graceful. She reminds me of the I left one of my hobos bag up. She has been featured in several of my videos, and that is the Delightful. And she reminds me of the Delightful. But I'll make sure I have her in another video at the end of the year. But yes, the Sully is delightful, graceful, all that into one. She is the mother to all of them outside of the artsy. Um, Her and the Artsy have ran together originally, and then she is actually currently discontinued. What replaced her was the Berry, the LV Berry Hobo bag replaced her, and the Berry is discontinued as well. But there's really no difference between this one and the Berry, other than the Berry has vachetta on the corners, because it was believed that the corners of this of the canvas was causing issues. And when Louis Vuitton recreated the Sully. They changed it to the berry, which berry means new, and they replaced the bottom part with the corners with vachetta leather instead of the canvas because there was some problems with the canvas back in the day, and the canvas now is on fire. Um, what I'm about to show you guys is gonna blow your mind. The Lock Me Hobo bag, which is absolutely beautiful. I love everything about this pillow soft bag. She's amazing. She's amazing. As you guys can tell, I love my hobos, right? And then the beautiful Graceful, my most favorite hobo of them all. She is Mirror Mirror on the Wall. She is in the pink and the fuchsia. Um, Color. I forgot the actual name of the fuchsia, but you get me. I showed you guys the inside. She is propped up like this. She is very slouchy, but she is stuffed. She's stuffed with bubble wrap and she has an organizer in her. So she's formed like this because I actually do. This is one bag that I do baby, and I love her. Now, this is where my biggest fears meet a learning a learning situation, I guess. Canvassing the gently used sites. I was looking for the berry, and then when I saw the berry and I kept looking at the Sully, I said I would really be wasting my money if I purchased the berry just to say I have the berry because they're pretty much the exact same bag. And I'm not having that canvas issue that people had back in the day because one thing, I'm not consistently carrying the Sully bag like on a day-to-day basis. The Sully is amazing. I can see where people carry this bag to the canvas start doing something crazy because she is an amazing bag, y'all. She is. Everything about the Sully is amazing. I see where the delightful came out of that. I see where the graceful came and all the other hobo bags that generated from there, right? So, y'all know I've been on the hunt for more hobos. And I will not tell the name of the site on Facebook because there are some safe sites on Facebook that have truly authentic products. And this person was verified. And I'm not saying anything negative because the ruling is still out on the situation that I'm going through currently. Okay. So I found a bag. And everybody knows my woes with artsy. My woe with artsy is I'm afraid of the braided um, strap, right? Um, I tried it on with people that I know that have the artsy, and that braided RC that braided strap is not shoulder friendly to me. That I've been told that it will start to soften in time, and the under part of it is just straight leather, and it will soften in time, just like your Gracefuls. So I was willing to try it. So I ran across a bag and I wasn't really too sure about it, but it was a trusted um, seller, and I had purchased other items from her before, and the items came back authentic as possible. And then this bag kept sticking out to me, because I was like, "This is so beautiful," and she was like, "It is rare that we get it in, and it's $17.99." I was like, "Ooh, that's a little pricey." I said, "And I'm not trying to spend that kind of money." This was a month or so back. I said, "Is there any way we can do a trade up or something like that? Because I have some bags that I'm trying to, sell as well, and you may want them. And she said not right now. She was really needing um, the money, but I am willing to be flexible with you, Lisa, because you have purchased my name. Try love, Lisa, because you have purchased from me before. So let's work out a deal. I will not tell you the conclusion of the deal or the name of the person, because I'm not putting her on blast, because um, I don't think it was something that they were actually trying to do. Okay, so I have a bag. When it came, um, when you get a bag from someone that's not the luxury house or the gently used house, like rebag.com, Tradesty, any place like that covers their bags. eBay, I'm kind of be careful on eBay. I'm not saying anything negative about eBay. All I'm saying is be careful on eBay when it comes to authentic bags. This bag came with the Louis Vuitton box that I know is authentic. It came with the all the fixings, but it did not come, and it's not necessary for someone that's selling me a product with the original receipt. I don't have to have all that, right? Just let your bags be what they are. So I kept looking at it, and I'm gonna show it to you in a few minutes. I kept looking at it, and I kept looking at it, and I was like, something just feels off with this bag. Now let me tell you about the transaction that goes on. It depends on who you connect with. Some people will want their payment in full. If you have established a relationship with a seller online of authentic bags, um, you can work out a deal where they'll send you the bags as long as you are making the payments, and vice versa. So this person I have worked with on both ends. She's bought things from me, and I bought things from her. So there was no issue with that. So I got it, and what I recommend everybody to do when you get a bag online, just because it's online and it's just the world that we live in, look it over, make sure it is the bag that you saw online, make sure it was not a switcheroo, because people will do, they'll show you one bag and ship you out something else. I'm not talking about this seller, I'm not talking about this person at all. Okay, I'm just telling you that it has, and I have heard horror stories. Horror stories. People paying thousands for a bag that's not real. Okay, so I told her I'm gonna need just a little bit more time, because I need to have I need to look into some things with the bag. She said, "Oh, just take your time." She said, "I do want you to know that this bag is a personalized, authentic bag." And I was like, my first thing thinking personalized, I'm thinking like they maybe had the like how the Speedies on the Louis Vuittons, the Neverfulls was doing those special editions where you can pick your color scheme, your initials, and whatever you were doing with it. And I never got into it. I didn't. I was not coming. I wasn't. I wasn't going. I wasn't spending that kind of money for all that. Right. I get a cobbler to do that for a fraction of that price if I really needed that done. And if you don't know what a cobbler is, we can talk about that. I'll talk about that at the end of the year. Um, Let me digress. Send it to a trusted friend that authenticates luxury handbags. And when I say a trusted friend, I mean they have luxury handbags and they sell authentic pieces and they know authentic pieces. They send it back to me and said, as far as I can tell, it's authentic, Lisa. I see everything lines up, and if it feels like it's really authentic. And I said, I don't really understand, because I can't really find this bag. I said, I believe that it was rare. It's beautiful. It's a hobo bag, and I love it. Um, and I reached out to my CA and I told her what I did, and she spanked me on my hand like I told you could. buying this stuff online with people you don't know, with people going through hard times. They could be scheming you. Just you taking too much of a risk when you do that, which is true. Um, um, she looked it over, and she was like, "Well, honestly, it do look like it's the real thing." I said, "But I have never seen this bag like on the site or anywhere." She was like, "Well," and this is something that I didn't know. I learn something new every day. For stars, for the elites like Beyonce's and Catherine Hepburn and Sharon Stone. I'm just naming a few stars that I know that has had bags personalized, right? Um, Madonna. Um, I'm almost certain um, that Michael Jackson had a few pieces designed specifically for him. Um, just numerous amount of stars that have personalized products from Louis Vuitton, and sometimes those products can be either auctioned off, sold, put into the atmosphere if something happens to that person, or the person sold it for charity and it got. I mean, anything can happen, right? So this bag came, and I was like, it caught my attention because y'all know I'm hobo crazy. So, let me, long story short, because y'all know I'll drag this out and it'll be too long. The person who sold me this bag told me that I can go ahead and keep the bag, um, and the price that I paid, I didn't even have to. I didn't even have to pay that price. I paid probably like 10% of it, because it. I told her, I see your authentication papers. Everybody else tell me I authenticate, but I cannot find this bag anywhere. Even my CA at Louis Vuitton was like, it looks authentic, Lisa, but I'm not really familiar with that bag. But that's not unusual because I have not been at. She was honest. She had not been in Louis Vuitton forever, and there's thousands. Let me just be honest, of bags that have been created, and there's been small amounts of them created, you guys, and they're out there in the atmosphere. um, and there's personalized bags, and they're bags that, again, the elite and the rich and famous get made for them. If you've ever watched one of these um, runway shows where they are showing the style of the season, the bag of the season, some of those bags that the models model on that runway show, they will never be at the luxury house. They'll either be for the elite, um, or they're just for that specific show. But most of the people, like the upper class, the rich and famous, they will be able to get their hands on some of those bags, and we, the little people, we will never be able to grasp those. Right? It's just a known. That's just a known fact. And that's what she was telling me. She was like, I'm not ruling out that it's authentic at all. I'm just saying that I'm not sure. So here she is. She looks like an artsy and a caramel mixed. And um, what threw me is, I took a picture of it and I Googled the picture, and several of these bags came up. It was an artsy that came up, it was a caramel that came up, and the caramel, there was some caramel bags that kind of look like her. So that's why I was lost, because I'm like, everything about this screams it is what it is. But I only paid, I don't even want, I'm not gonna tell y'all how much I paid for this bag, because y'all gonna be like, what? But let me just make sure you guys understand. The reason why I got such a deal with this bag and I wanted to keep it is because I've made deals with her, and and deals of the century with some of my bags that I did not want anymore. Some of the YSLs that was collecting dust. My Chanel bag that I shouldn't have never purchased that was collecting dust. She paid hefty for that bag and she wanted it, and I told her, you don't, and she, before I got a chance to say no, it was sent to me. And so we've made deals and vice versa together. We work together. So I don't think that there was any dishonesty with it. It's just that there's no conclusion on this bag. And I knew eventually in this world of fantasy, in this world of personalization, and this world of just inventory just out there from decades that's being repushed out and resold through the gently used sites. I knew eventually that it was going to happen, that there was going to be a bag out that, hey, does anybody know about this? And a lot of people know, like, yeah, Lisa, it looks real. This is, what's the problem? The problem is, I am somebody that and maybe just a Libra in me, you have to show me. I have to see on some kind of Louis Vuitton site or something discontinued or somewhere where it says this bag, the caramel bag with the vachetta leather strap with the silver hardware, was out in 2014, and now it's discontinued. And I have seen versions very similar to this. But then on the pictures that I saw, I was like, is it trying to be an artsy? I mean, I was having all kind of fun with it. I'm like, it looks like it wants to be an artsy, but it didn't quite make it to an artsy. Then it looks like it's in the caramel family, but it's not quite a caramel family. And let me just tell y'all, this is my own doing. It came with the extra the cookie cutout LV, which I don't like. It is vachetta leather. It is authentic because I have the a caramel bag that I sold, that I kept the this the little thing to it, and it's identical to it, and so I know that it's authentic. That part is authentic. Um, what my CA also said is, you know, a lot of people are remaking bags through cobblers, and they're using Louis Vuitton authentic monogram, which I am very familiar with, and remaking bags and things like that. So I was like, okay, so the basically, in a nutshell, the word is still out. If this is what it is, so we're just gonna treat it like it is what it is, and just life is just gonna go on, right? Because every bag that I've shown you up until here are authentic. They are more than authentic. They are authentic. They are the real thing. They came from the luxury house. I have every paperwork on them, and there's no concerns about them being authentic. This one, the word is still out, and she knows, so she'll see this video. She knows what I'm thinking, and she was like, oh gosh, Lisa, I didn't really, because I didn't have it that long before you wanted it, and I knew that when you saw it you was gonna go crazy because you love hobo bags. She said she put it out there, and she was like, I knew you was gonna grab it. I was like, yeah, you knew I was gonna grab it. So here she is, you guys. Some people say, well, it looks like the artsy, and it does. And she looks like a caramel, which she is. She is the caramel. Um, and everything about her is like the caramel. The button here, the pocket here, with the pocket behind there, the zipper, the butter zipper. The thing about it is, the chocolate caramel bag that's like $5,000, like $5,001. It is Mahina leather, right? And the Mahina leather is a pricier upscale leather from Louis Vuitton. That's what my 50th birthday Mahina Hina bag was. That's my husband's birthday gift to me on my 50th. The Mahina Hina bag. That is the upper. That's the higher ranking leather with Louis Vuitton. This is not Mahina. This is canvas. So that's what threw me off. The chocolate monogram bag has the pepperoni shirt where you can see through it like the Mahina leather is. And this is more like the monogram. And it is the monogram. So I don't remember seeing, and don't get me wrong, I am not the guru, because believe me, some of these bags like the Sully and all that, when I put that on my page, y'all like, duh, the Sully, everybody knows, but here, try this and try that. I mean, I got all kind of hints about, look up this one and look up that. Now some of the hobo bags that y'all suggested, the smaller hobo bags, that ain't my thing. That's not my jam. The smaller hobo bag, the smallest I will go with a hobo bag is the Graceful PM. I do not like the Delightful PM. I do not like the Delightful bag. I'm sorry, that's not one of my favorite bags at all. She's beautiful. It's just something I just can't get. I don't know. I don't know. But look at this. So now, there is a difference in the feel, but that has nothing to do with anything. Let me just tell you, each and every year, you can do your own homework. What I'm telling you can be found anywhere. Louis Vuitton does a cut of canvas, right? And the canvas feel changes based on that year. The color, the background of it, the dude, because everybody thought if you can't see the green in the background that the bag is not authentic. That is not true. Louis Vuitton's canvas now is with the chocolate in the background, not the green. The green is a way of authenticating like the older Louis Vuitton bags, but not the newer ones. The green in the back, which is in this bag all the way through, you can see the green in there. Is was a way of authenticating it. It has nothing to do with the bags of today because the cut is different. But when I look at these two, the canvas is identical as far as how they look. How they feel is different. This is more softer, like leather. This feels like leather. This feels like the canvas on my what bag? It's a I can't remember the name of it. It's not my Montaigne. It's not my Diane. It's not my Speedy. Uh, I'll think of it and I'll put it at the bottom of this video. But all I'm trying to say is this feels like when the canvas was thicker. There was a time when Louis Vuitton created bags and they felt more like the duffel bag, not the Speedy, because as it got smaller, the Speedy and the canvas kind of the same but different. But the duffel bags, like the 45 and 50 and 55, that's what this feels like. It's more, it's thicker. It's thicker. It's a thicker feel. And this one is more like the canvas that I'm used to, right? I know this canvas exists the way this feels because I have canvas bags that feels just like this. So that's not a ruling out. Again, Louis Vuitton canvases bags change based on the cut of that canvas of the year that it was cut. So don't rule out a bag because the canvas looks different than I know my bag. I got a new Louis Vuitton bag, and this bag that don't go by that. Don't go by that. Louis Vuitton will actually tell you that if you ask them. Anybody, the sales rep in Louis Vuitton will tell you that. Okay, so anyway, someone asked me why when I go into the Louis Vuitton store I don't see a never full. Well, I mean, it was everywhere, and if you are a purchaser of Louis Vuitton, they made this announcement. It doesn't make sense. I do not agree with it at all. But the never full bag is for several reasons. Several reasons, but the never full bag was pulled from the actual shelves of Louis Vuitton and put on the sites and have to be specially ordered because of the duplications of the never full. You may hear something totally different than that reason, but that is the reason. Trust me, that is the reason. They tried to slow down. And it's another reason why. And they may not tell you this at the Louis Vuitton store, but they try to stop you